Hi, my name's Crawford Cullen and I'm a Senior Manufacturing Engineer within the Machining and Additive team at the Advanced Forming Research Centre.
So I'm Karima Hilton, I'm a Manufacturing Engineer at the AFRC. I do love the technical side, so the element of going to speak to the machine technicians, programming, using the software, that's my favourite part of it.
Additive manufacturing is a relatively new technology, whereas we're 3D printing with metal. So we have a machine where we can take a broken part, subtract material where it's damaged, add new material on and then remachine it to give you a new part. So we use some technology called VeriCut. So we can take a process where we'll use CAD/CAM to manufacture a part. Before the actual part goes on the machine where it could be scrapped or a technician could do the wrong process, we run it through virtual simulation of the machine and the process. So personally I've been to Germany, France, Switzerland, Italy a few times. So they're quite, and obviously we travel around the UK to different catapult centres. There's 7 catapult centres, so we tend to visit them as well. I think a big part of being a good engineer is to be able to communicate with others, to be able to work in a team, because if you're in a team and you don't get on with one of your colleagues, a lot of projects won't be as successful. So teamwork, communication, good people person, yeah, and being able to successfully execute a project, you'd have to have good planning and organisational skills as well. I definitely think maths and physics. A lot of people don't like maths, but I think it's something to really stick to because we do use it on a daily, weekly basis, so it's a really good skill to have. And if you enjoy maths, then engineering is the way to go. So I came down the apprenticeship route many years ago. So I'm not degree educated. I served a 4-year apprenticeship as a toolmaker, but I think work hard and it pays off. So I did aeronautical engineering at university, but mechanical engineering is also a good option. A few of my colleagues also started off as an apprentice. We're all on the same level of the career, so it doesn't matter if you have a degree or if you have do your apprenticeship, you get to the same place in the end.
Our main speaker today will be Lewis Gale, Skills Development Scotland. Probably for those of you who aren't quite aware yet what NMIS is, an obvious question is, what is the National Manufacturing Institute for Scotland? It's a group of industry-led research and development facilities where we bring together research, industry and the public sector together to transform skills, productivity and innovation, directing Scotland to become a global leader in advanced manufacturing. The key element of this particular vision is industry-led. That's massively important because we don't want to be providing solutions that nobody needs. The key word is transform. The project needs to be transformational in nature. It's got to take us where we want to get to. We can't be doing anything that's already been done. These are the aims that we expect and the strategic objectives that we have around NMIS. Increasing productivity, which is always a challenge, and reduce barriers to innovation. Stimulate investment, increase manufacturing competitiveness. Catalyse job creation, strengthen supply chain links, and that's very important from the lessons we've learned from our COVID-19 interactions. And I think particularly with the content of today, inspire and attract and equip the current and future workforces with the skills that businesses need. And we want to take a holistic approach to this and work with manufacturing businesses of all sizes in multiple sectors across Scotland. The SME cohort in particular is very important to us, and we want to try and make sure we can get as big an impact as possible within that sector.
If you haven't come across this before, this is Skills Development Scotland's meta skills model, and it consists of 12 meta skills captured under 3 high-level headings. Some people might call them competencies, capabilities. They might refer to them as kind of elements of mindset. There's countless sort of nomenclatures that are used to describe these things. For us, it's meta skills, and we've organized them into those 3 categories there from left to right. We've got self-management, which is really thinking about skills that are internal and intrinsic in their nature. So if we think about how change brings with it complexity and noise and distraction, then the ability to remain focused and remain on task and be able to demonstrate initiative is really critical to charting a kind of constructive course through difficult situations. As is social intelligence, then the middle category there, where we're looking at those meta skills which are more external and extrinsic in their nature, and consider how we connect with the world around us. So as the workplace evolves in terms of the global workforce or an increasingly diverse workforce, then the ability to collaborate and work across disciplines and empathize with others really helps to support an effective response. And if we think about one of the things that Jim was talking about in terms of supply chains, and that kind of the more modern sort of understanding of them as value chains, then that ability to empathize with partners across that value chain is really, really important to effectively run that. And then lastly, we've got innovation, again, very important here. And that really focuses on the skills that impact on our interactions with and our identities as agents of change. So those are the meta skills that can empower us to own and to drive change, rather than perhaps falling victim to it and sort of just being dragged along by it.
Skills Academy will build on and complement the provision we already have across Scottish institutions and providers. We have a sector attractiveness challenge around manufacturing, and we're hoping that NMIS and the Manufacturing Skills Academy will provide more of a shop front and more of a platform for us to demonstrate that advanced manufacturing is it's a clean, high-tech, high-value industry with career opportunities for people at all levels and from all backgrounds, from a diversity and inclusivity perspective. Our strategic objectives, complementing and augmenting the excellent provision already available. We want to be the leader in future manufacturing education, make sure that our offers are dynamic and leading edge, inspire, attract and retain a diverse talent pool. And I think that's particularly important given, again, what we've just heard from Lewis, that we are in a position where we can equip the current and future workforce with the skills that they need. And that will be around doing things differently, not only from people getting continued professional development through their employer, but also taking a personal responsibility for that. And as I touched on, offering the opportunity to show that career in digital manufacturing is valuable, and also that we also understand the skills required to meet the needs of the net zero transition, net zero carbon transition. So this is a very basic diagram, sort of highlighting the work that Lewis went through with respect to, from our digital manufacturing apprenticeship program, how we put meta skills at the centre, at the core of everything we're trying to do. And again, that they will be developed collaboratively between employers, employees, the training provider, to make sure we get the most additional value that we can from that. These will be based on real workplace situations in the occupation and profession. We now have the technical expert groups are being put together for the development of these of this apprenticeship program. We have a number of people involved thus far. Foundation apprenticeship in digital manufacturing. First of its kind, we adapted an existing product to modernise and push it toward a more digital manufacturing slant. But the key part of this foundation apprenticeship that will make it transformational is that we have a number of high-value manufacturing employers in Renfrew signed on to providing placements for students in the foundation apprenticeship. Diageo, Howden Compressors, the Advanced Farm and Research Centre, the Lightweight Manufacturing Centre. They are more than happy as this course evolves to provide the placements required. And when we do that placement, part of it with respect to the industrial challenge, we will be utilising the tools that Lewis so eloquently described earlier to introduce younger people straight from school into the concept of meta skills and an understanding of the skills that they have and the skills that they're likely to need to develop. So we're quite excited about this particular start of the development of our apprenticeship programme offering.